we are kicking things off with massive football drama. Former Tottenham Hotspur star Wesley Sneijder has dropped some serious truth bombs after making a huge prediction for the Champions League final, directly calling on UEFA to intervene regarding the Arsenal versus PSG matchup. Sneijder lays out his bold thoughts on why he believes PSG has the edge in that final clash, detailing exactly where he sees the power residing, and what kind of scoreline he thinks is possible for the Giants of Paris. This analysis is explosive, and you do not want to miss what this former star has to say about the biggest game on the calendar.
Stop using your finger for notes, sketches, and edits. This Jam Jake stylus pen gives your iPad a smoother, more precise writing feel with palm rejection so your hand can rest naturally on the screen. It charges fast, works for hours, and comes with replacement tips. Perfect for school, work, or creative projects. Check the link in the comments to grab it on Amazon.
The stakes get even higher as we look at the squad turmoil affecting Arsenal's crucial run. Arsenal defender Ben White has suffered a significant medial ligament injury and will be missing the rest of the season, making him a major doubt for the upcoming World Cup. This injury means White is sidelined for the Premier League title push, and critically, for the Champions League final against Paris Saint-Germain. We break down the impact of this blow and explore who is stepping up to fill that vital right-back role as Mikel Arteta faces a serious defensive rethink. The injury situation deepens, and the uncertainty surrounding the final fixtures is palpable. Ben White's absence means Arsenal is facing a major challenge in securing their domestic goals, and the Champions League final against PSG becomes an enormous problem with Jurrien Timber also out injured. We examine the potential replacements like Christian Mosquera and Declan Rice, and discuss the massive pressure on the team as they head into these final, high-stakes matches. Finally, we turn to the women's side and the club's future outlook. Renee Sledgers shared a lot of heartfelt reflections on players like Bate Mead and the team's journey, while discussing exciting changes like Leia Kodina and Victoria Peleva moving on. We also look at the incredible atmosphere at the Emirates Stadium and what the club is building for the future. Stay locked in because we are bringing you all the analysis you need to know. Former Tottenham Hotspur star Wesley Sneijder has issued a highly detailed prediction for the upcoming Champions League final between Arsenal and PSG, prompting him to call on UEFA to intervene regarding the match's pacing. Arsenal secured their spot in the final by defeating Atletico Madrid in the semifinals, a tie Sneijder described as less entertaining than PSG's clash with Bayern Munich. Sneijder has been vocal about his views on Arsenal in recent months and has now elaborated on his assessment, suggesting PSG could win the final by a commanding 4-0. He acknowledged Arsenal's strong defensive capabilities, particularly praising their central defenders. However, Sneijder highlighted PSG's strength in wide areas, specifically mentioning the full-backs on the left side as a key area of power for PSG. Discussing the potential outcome, Sneijder suggested the final could be closely contested, drawing parallels to the Inter Milan final from the previous year. He speculated on several scenarios, including a potential 5-0 victory for PSG or an upset 1-0 win for Inter Milan. Conversely, he suggested that stopping PSG from scoring would be a monumental achievement for Arsenal, potentially leading to a narrow 1-0 victory. Sneijder concluded that the likely outcomes could range from a 3-0 or 4-0 win for PSG to a 1-0 win for Arsenal. Prior to the second leg against Atletico Madrid, Sneijder had expressed dissatisfaction with the match's lack of excitement, urging UEFA to step in, suggesting that the game was too slow and advocating for a stoppage to ensure the final was played the following day. Arsenal defender Ben White is sidelined for the remainder of the season with a medial ligament injury, casting a significant shadow over the club's immediate prospects and his potential involvement in the upcoming World Cup. White sustained the injury in the first half of Arsenal's victory against West Ham and is expected to miss the rest of the Premier League campaign, including crucial fixtures against Burnley and Crystal Palace, as well as the Champions League final against PSG in late May. The injury also renders White a major doubt for the World Cup, as he had been recalled to the England squad by Thomas Tuchel in March. Tuchel is set to finalize his tournament selection on Friday, May 22nd. Arsenal has issued a statement confirming that their medical team is managing Ben's recovery and rehabilitation, with the focus now shifting to preparing him for pre-season. This setback presents a significant challenge for manager Mikel Arteta, who is aiming for Arsenal's first Premier League title in 22 years and their first Champions League trophy. The loss of White creates a critical right-back shortage in a vital phase of the season. Concerns have also been raised regarding the fitness of other potential options, notably Jurrien Timber, who has not played since March. To address the defensive gap, Christian Mosquera emerges as the most likely candidate to step into the right-back role. The Spanish defender has demonstrated experience in the position, having played 430 minutes in that role this season and featuring in the second half of the West Ham win. Mosquera also has prior experience against Manchester City at right-back. Declan Rice remains a potential backup option, though his recent trial at right-back did not yield the desired results. The club now faces the difficult task of integrating a new player into a high-stakes environment as they push for historic silverware. Arsenal faces a significant blow as defender Ben White is ruled out for the remainder of the season following a serious knee ligament injury sustained on Sunday, May 10. The injury, which occurred in the first half of Arsenal's 1-0 victory against West Ham United, has effectively ended White's participation in the club's campaign. In a statement released on Tuesday, May 12, the club confirmed that specialist reviews have confirmed a significant medial knee ligament injury, ruling White out for the rest of the season. Arsenal's medical team is now focused on managing his recovery and rehabilitation to ensure he is fit for pre-season preparations. The impact on Arsenal's immediate schedule is substantial. White will miss the final games of the Premier League season and, critically, the UEFA Champions League finals scheduled for May 30th. This is Arsenal's first trip to a European final since 2006. White has been a key component of the defense, having been deployed as the primary right-back and starting 4 of the last 5 league matches, despite the absence of Jurrien Timber. Prior to this injury, White had featured in 31 matches across all competitions this season, following previous knee surgery. While Christian Mosquera is expected to take over the starting role for the remaining league fixtures, the absence of White presents a major challenge heading into the Champions League final, especially as Arsenal faces Paris Saint-Germain's Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. White, who joined Arsenal from Brighton in 2021 and has accumulated over 130 league appearances, has also been a subject of speculation regarding international opportunities. He returned to the England squad during the last international window, though he had previously indicated he did not wish to be considered for the World Cup roster. Renée Sledgers addressed the media at her pre-Everton press conference on Tuesday, discussing several key aspects of the season, including player departures, the final Barclays Women's Super League home game, and reflections on her time at Arsenal. Sledgers spoke extensively about Bate Mead, describing her as an amazing character who brings joy, energy, and honesty to the team, highlighting the intelligence evident in Mead's statistics. Sledgers also reflected on the personal lessons learned from Mead, emphasizing Mead's resilience, strength through personal challenges, and her ability to inspire others. Regarding the move, Sledgers confirmed that discussions with Bate and the club have been private, stressing the respect for their honest collaboration. On squad changes, Sledgers acknowledged the contributions of Leia Kodina and Victoria Peleva, noting their importance to the squad's growth and culture, despite Victoria Peleva's injury setback. She also touched upon the futures of Katie McCabe and Caitlin Ford, emphasizing their significant contributions to the club's development over the past 3 years and their high minutes across the squad. Looking ahead, Sledgers expressed pleasure regarding the confirmation that all WSL home games will return to the Emirates Stadium next season, anticipating 13 games in total. While acknowledging disappointment regarding the league title finish, she framed it as valuable learning and fuel for future ambition. She confirmed that Katie McCabe is back and Lee Williamson will be in the squad for the upcoming match. Sledgers highlighted the importance of the unsung heroes, praising the staff and backroom personnel, particularly the kitchen and restaurant teams, for creating a positive atmosphere. She also noted the high level of technical versatility displayed by teams in the league this season, which she found inspiring. The sentiment toward the Emirates stadium atmosphere and the connection between players and fans was particularly strong, emphasizing the synergy created by the club and its supporters. The end-of-season review process will include a comprehensive football review involving the tech and analysis staff.